you maybe have some confidence in Terry. You knew what he could do. But a lot of question marks all around. How have those questions kind of been answered with the other guys in the room throughout camp?
I think just you go into spring ball, and we had some injuries take place, and Gabe went through a procedure, and then Coop was dealing with some injuries, and so we didn't have any depth in the spring. And so Bryce, it gave him an opportunity to step up and gave JT more of an opportunity to take that leadership role. And so I think it was really good for Bryce and JT throughout spring, and then we got going in the summer, and the goal was to get everybody back and get everybody healthy while still developing them through the mental part of the game. And that's the piece that I think the group as a whole has really taken a step forward. And then bringing in Andy Alfieri is a big addition for us. He brings another level of physicality and gives us something else in a different personnel group. And then you have a couple other guys that joined the team from TJ Zimmerman and Carson Kolb. So the biggest goal was to establish some depth in the room and then to continue to develop. And I think they work well together, and I think we're taking a step in the right direction.
What about Alfieri did you like the most, just knowing him and kind of seeing what he'd done previously?
He's a local kid, and he's smart, extremely intelligent. He's an older guy that's played both sides of the ball. So he's played linebacker, and he plays in that H-back, fullback role for us. And so it was a real easy transition for him to come over and be able to do the things we're asking of him physically in that position.
What about Bryce? Kind of similar.
Bryce he's put on the weight to where he can finally play attached, and he's very good at post-snap recognition and being able to get himself into the right position based on what the defense is giving him. And so, he's put in the work physically. He's got it done, and I'm excited to watch him this season. I think he's going to have a good year.
You mean he kind of finds the holes where he's supposed to slot
more
in,
so when I'm
block
talking.
in?
He's got a great feel in the pass game, but I'm talking in the run game. He's able to just any sort of post-snap movement. He's always in the right spot. He knows how to adjust, and now he's physical and big enough, strong enough to be able to get the job done at the point of attack or on the backside with the first level.
Would you say the strength of your unit collectively is in the run and blocking, or in the pass and catching?
I'm going to be biased about the position itself, but in my world, I want to be in 14 personnel. I want all tight ends on there.
Yeah.
They're versatile. We have some guys that may excel a little bit more in the run game, and we have some guys that may excel a little bit more in the pass. But overall, right now, I have confidence that any one of them can be on the field and get the job done. And that starts with understanding your assignment. And so the way that they work together, the way that they continue to push each other is what's going to make us great. And so run or pass, I think we're ready for that, ready for the job.
The tight end's been a big part of the passing game the last couple of years. You expect you have the personnel to be able to continue that this year?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So I'm so excited about this group right now, and I think they're going to have a chance to get more touches this year in the pass game, just the way the system's built. And so, no, I'm optimistic going into the season. They're going to have a good year receiving the ball.
I know there's still some decisions to be made, but do you see a world where 4 or 5 of these guys could play consistently?
I hope
more
so.
Than that?
Yeah, I hope so. And I think there's going to be a lot of pushing going on throughout the year, and again, we're managing, the health of the room, and so, next man up mentality at all times, and I think everyone will end up getting their opportunity this year. Most of that will play itself out on the field.
Beyond health, just getting guys back, what would you say has been the biggest growth from the spring to now?
Just overall, their mental understanding of the game. That's something that we're working on quite a bit, and being able to, my goal is to keep us on the field, and so to do that, we've got to be able to prove to the coordinator that we're capable of handling all schemes, so run or pass. And so the mental side of the game is what we've really been putting a focus on.
Is there any difference in Gundy's offense when it comes to the tight ends and how they're used compared to previous seasons? Anything different?
It's definitely, there's some changes for sure. Most of it's language. You got to have a way to communicate, so the way we communicate our language is different now. But the positions we're putting them in are very similar to what we've done in the past, and they'll be used more, with the RPO world and that sort of thing. Whereas last year was more just play action driven and keeper driven. So now we're involved a little bit more on the perimeter, catching the ball and trying to get us the ball in space a little bit more when it's a run ball. So, yeah, I do think that it's a little bit different in that sense.
What makes you feel like Jermaine's ready to kind of be the guy? Why is he situated?
Overall, his work ethic that he's, and the time that he's put in. He's a guy that'll be the first one in, the last one to leave, and he's very business oriented. He's driven to have success, and And I think it's, you know, what he did this summer to help prepare himself is giving him that opportunity. And so, and he's got a full year of starting experience under his belt. So he's been there, he knows what to expect, and there won't be any surprises. And so, yeah, I think he's ready to roll.
He caught a pass down the sideline early in practice today from Ben. A nice athletic catch. Is that just evidence of the kind of the progress that he's made as a pass catching player?
Absolutely. He was, I mean, I call it 100 catches a day, keeps the drops away. And I mean, he's out there on the jug machine every morning with a couple of our wideouts. It was every day that they were out there, and I'd look down and they're working. So he's definitely put time in to improve his abilities as a receiving threat, whereas last year he was primarily used just in the run game. So no, I think he's ready for that next step in his game for sure.
Is he still doing that before practice now? You still see it?
Yeah, he'll still be out there rolling.
They all doing that?
Quite a few of them are. Yeah, they all have their own routines, and that's something that I preach early on. What is your pre-practice, pre-game routine? And then I have something for them, but that guided self-discovery, you got to guide them into what they believe they want to work on, and they've all taken their game. It's things that they need to work on, their weaknesses to a different level by putting emphasis on the pre-game and pre-practice. That's what our goal is.
I know he's just a walk-on, but he's from our local coverage area here. JT, what are you seeing from him, new to the program?
TJ?
Yeah, sorry,
TJ. Yeah, no, TJ's great. So he came in right away, and it's a fun room. They all work hard together. They're all trying to help each other improve in the meeting room, and then when we come out here, we're pretty competitive. But he was able to come in right away with his dual sport background. I think he provides a lot of carryover from basketball to football just with his ball skills. And so he's a savvy route runner and great ball skills. And then you get him on the board, and he's smart. He's picked it up really well, and he provides some great depth right now, and he'll be in that picture, that discussion as well. So, no, we're really glad to have him join us.
Is there a dude who's made the biggest leap, like, improvement-wise, since the spring?
I think they all have in their own way, and they're all on different timelines. You got Bryce on a timeline with developing his body physically and being able to put on the weight to take on more of a true attached tight end role as opposed to what we were previously looking at as just him as a receiving threat. Now he can do both. I think Gabe coming back from his surgery, he's in a position of recovery, but now he's got to take that next step in the run game and get comfortable with his body again. And I think he's done that. Same with Coop. Coop is a vertical threat through and through, and now he's taking a step forward in the run game. So they all know their weaknesses, and they have to be able to improve. And that's not a knock. They need to be able to recognize that and admit it, come up with a plan and commit to it, and continue to grow. So I think he's improved in that area. And then JT in the pass game, which we previously spoke on. And so then as I get to know TJ, I'll have a little bit better understanding there. And then we have Ty May, another local kid that is improving, and he does a great job for us. And we got another kid, Carson Kolb, that I think the future's pretty bright for him. So I think we're on the right track. I really do in our room.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.